Let's take a moment to look at some of the optional features that we have when we're making our content. So I'm going to use the shortcut to go to Edit Program. And now that I'm here, I'm going to pick my example program. Let's talk about these options we have on the right side. The first one is a description. Now let's talk about the difference between description and summary. The summary should just be 1 to 2 sentences that will appear on the option block of your content. It should tell students what they can expect when they go into this content. It will also be helpful for people who are searching for content and typing in keywords. You'll want to have those words in your summary as well. A description, on the other hand, you can go into more detail and you can include instructions or suggestions or other content that you want the person to have as their first thing they see when they enter your program or your content. And so I'm going to write, this is an example description. Now, you will notice that it's locked off my ability to change which program I'm working on until I click Save Changes. Blickle tries to prevent you from making a mistake and wants to make sure you save your changes before you move on to something else. Now let's upload an icon. The icon image will appear over our option block when we add it on. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll click Browse, and you can see that I have a mountain, a picture of Fremont Peak actually, and I'm going to attach that as my icon. Now, the other thing we can do is we can upload a document. And on any level of content on Blickle, we can attach documents that we want our students to be able to download. So I'm going to click Browse, and you can see I have some documents here, and I have some water river data. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. And once I do, it will take a moment, but then you will see that I have now uploaded that document. And so this will now be available for students. We can go ahead and update the document, some of the details on it on Blickle by clicking this Details button. So I'm going to change the name and give it capital letters to make it look more professional. And if we want, we could also give a description of the document that would be available for students, as well as something we could look at internally. I'll leave that blank for now. All right, and there you go. Now there's one mistake I've made in doing all of this, and it's kind of subtle, but watch what happens when I try to click Save Changes. Blickle will warn me that I need to actually upload my icon before I create the program. And so that's, again, Blickle trying to prevent the content from being broken and wanting to make sure we follow all the steps. So in order to fully upload the icon, I need to click Upload Icon. Now the image has been accepted, and now it will allow us to save our changes. So if you see an error on Blickle, know that we've designed the system so that it will point you in the right direction, and so that you don't need to worry about making an error. You shouldn't be able to break anything on Blickle. Now I want to show you one neat additional option. If we are on the Edit pages, Edit Program, Edit Course, or Edit Unit, you'll notice that we have this handy View as Student button. And so if we would like to see what the student would see when we're working on our content, we can just click this button right here and see what the student would see. And that can be nice to look at as we're editing the content. However, because we open this up in a new window, it might be blocked. So watch what happens when I try to click it. Up at the top, first off, you'll notice it automatically saves our changes, but up at the top, notice that it's preventing the window from opening. And so this might happen on your browser. All you need to do is click this Options button and click Allow Pop-ups from Blickle. So just the only pop-ups that we have on Blickle will be ones that you initiate. So you should feel secure and comfortable in allowing pop-ups from Blickle, because we'll only do a pop-up when you initiate one. All right, so here you can see my example program, and here you can see this is an example description. And so you can see that my description has been added at the top, and you have a lot more flexibility to add a lot more content when you go to this program. You can add a lot more to your description. In addition, notice that on the side, down at the bottom, we have the document that we attached. And so here's where the documents will appear for your students so that they can download them. And notice that there's also a Download All button, which is handy if you've uploaded multiple documents to your content. Once again, you can add documents to any level of your content, and so that can be really helpful. Finally, let's click on Dashboard, and then let's click on Community Content. And you can see that we also have our new icon that we attached to our program, and so to our option block. So that's nice. And so once again, here's the summary. And when we go to the program, you can see that the description is up here at the top. And if we have documents, those documents will appear down here on the left. If you have any questions about these extra resources, please let us know in the comments.